You ever wonder who holds the title of the greatest football player of all time? Can one player redefine the game so much that they deserve the best ever tag? What if this video said the answer might not be who you think? In this journey, we're going to uncover the incredible story of Deion Sanders, known as Primetime, and explore why many consider him not just the best cornerback, but possibly the greatest player ever to grace the field. Primetime, as they call him, wasn't just an ordinary player. He was a force on the football field. Picture this, Deion Sanders with a lightning speed and incredible agility, making plays that left everyone in awe. He wasn't just playing the game, he was changing it. The excitement he brought to every match was unmatched. You'd watch him and wonder, how does he do that? His opponents struggled to keep up with his moves and fans couldn't take their eyes off him. It was like watching a real-life superhero in action. But what set Primetime apart was not just his physical abilities, it was his mindset. He had an incredible level of confidence. When he stepped onto that field, he believed he was invincible, and more often than not, he proved it. He didn't just play the game, he owned it. It wasn't just about winning, it was about dominating the game, making it look easy and leaving everyone speechless. Imagine being a wide receiver in the NFL, preparing to face off against an opponent. You know you're good, but there's one player on the other side who makes you doubt your skills. That player is Deion Sanders, and he's the stuff of nightmares for wide receivers like Jerry Rice. When Rice knew he had to go up against Primetime, he couldn't help but feel uneasy. It wasn't just about catching passes anymore. It was about trying to outwit one of the greatest defensive players in history. As the game day approached, wide receivers wondered if they'd even have a chance against Sanders. Would he intercept every pass? Could they ever hope to make a successful catch? Deion Sanders didn't just play football, he played mind games with his opponents. He had them second-guessing their every move, and that's why even legends like Jerry Rice lost sleep when facing Primetime. It wasn't just about the physical battle on the field, it was the psychological warfare that made Deion Sanders a fear-inducing opponent like no other. Deion Sanders didn't just play football, he brought a whole new level of style and charisma to the game. Imagine watching a game and suddenly witnessing a player high-stepping down the field, ball raised triumphantly and performing Sanders' signature shuffle. It was more than just playing, it was entertainment. His impact went beyond the end zones. He introduced wave caps and do-rags under helmets, players sporting the high white socks and rocking towels hanging from their belts. Deion Sanders single-handedly changed the way football was not only played, but also how it looked and felt. His unique style became iconic, influencing a generation of athletes who wanted to emulate Primetime. It wasn't just about winning, it was about doing it with flair and making it memorable. The football field became a stage, and Deion Sanders was its star performer, captivating fans with every move and making football not just a sport, but a spectacle. Deion Sanders isn't just a football legend, he's the benchmark for greatness. When we talk about upcoming cornerbacks, it's impossible not to mention Deion. Scouts and experts are all searching for the next Deion. He's not just a player, he's a standard. And here's the intriguing part. In football history, many positions have seen debates about who's the best. But when it comes to cornerbacks, it's almost unanimous. It's Deion. Other positions like quarterbacks or running backs, you can argue for different players, like Brady, Montana, Brown, or Sanders, but not for cornerbacks. With Deion, there's no debate. So let that sink in. In a sport filled with endless debates, Deion Sanders managed to secure a spot as the undisputed champion of his position. He's the man others are compared to. How often can you say that about a player in any sport? The next time you see a young cornerback breaking into the NFL, remember that they're probably aiming to be the next Primetime. Deion Sanders, our multi-talented maverick, wasn't just a football superstar. He was a true sports polymath. Picture this, while most players dedicated their entire lives to football, Primetime took a different route. He juggled not one but two professional sports careers. Imagine the suspense as he seamlessly transitioned between football and baseball seasons, leaving fans and critics in awe. What's more intriguing is that he often skipped training camps, OTAs, and even preseason games. Yet, when he stepped onto the field, he performed like a true Hall of Famer, making it all look effortless. Think about it. Can you excel in one sport, let alone two, without full-time commitment? Deion Sanders did just that, proving that his talent knew no bounds. His versatility and ability to shine in both football and baseball, making him a true maverick in the world of sports. It's a story that keeps you wondering how one person could dominate not one but two major leagues with such finesse. Deion Sanders was not just one-trick pony on the football field. He was a true Swiss Army knife of versatility. Imagine a player who could score touchdowns in almost every possible way, returning punts and kicks for thrilling TDs, catching passes as a wide receiver, rushing for touchdowns, and even taking interceptions and fumble recoveries to the end zone. It's like having a player who can do it all, and that player was Deion. But it didn't stop there. He wasn't confined to just one side of the ball. In the modern era, where specialization is the norm, Deion was an anomaly. He not only locked down some of the best wide receivers of his time, but he also contributed as a force of offense. Can you imagine a coach asking their star receiver to also play defense? Deion did it. He added a layer of unpredictability to his game that left opponents scratching their heads. Imagine a football field filled with legends, where every receiver is a star in their prime. Now picture Deion Sanders, primetime, stepping onto that very field, ready to lock horns with the best of the best. During the era, he faced off against some of the most iconic wide receivers to ever grace the NFL. Jerry Rice, known for his impeccable route running and hands of gold, had to strategize carefully when going up against primetime. Michael Irvin, the charismatic cowboy, was another formidable opponent. Tim Brown, with his explosive speed, and Chris Carter, a master of finesse, all found themselves challenged by Deion's prowess. The suspense? Well, every game became a showdown of the Titans. Can Deion shut down these legendary receivers? Can he outwit them with his impeccable skills? The answer, more often than not, was a resounding yes. Primetime's ability to face these legends head-on and emerge victorious is a testament to the greatness and why many believe he deserves the title of the best player ever. After all we've explored, should we really reconsider the title of the greatest football player ever? The journey through Deion Sanders' legendary career, filled with jaw-dropping moments and unmatched versatility, certainly begs the question. Imagine a player who didn't just dominate in one position, but influenced an entire era of football with his signature style. Think about the impact of a man who made legends like Jerry Rice lose sleep before a game. Consider this: when experts look for the next big thing in cornerbacks, they don't say, be like Rod Woodson or Mike Haynes. No, they look for the next Deion Sanders. And there's the remarkable fact that Deion wasn't even a full-time football player. He excelled in baseball too. He scored touchdowns in more ways than anyone, from returning punts to intercepting passes. But here's the real kicker. Deion Sanders wasn't just good, he played against the greatest of his time. Can you imagine facing off against legends like Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin, Tim Brown, and Chris Carter, and still coming out on top? So as we wrap up this journey, it's hard not to wonder if the GOAT debate needs a serious update. Maybe, just maybe, primetime deserves a seat at the table of the greatest football players of all time. As we conclude this incredible journey through the legacy of Deion Sanders, one thing is crystal clear. Primetime isn't just the best cornerback, but a formidable contender for the title of the greatest football player ever. Now it's your turn to join the conversation. Who do you believe deserves the prestigious crown of the football GOAT? Is it Deion Sanders, the man who redefined the game with his unmatched style and versatility? Don't keep it to yourself. Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit the like button if you found this exploration of primetime's greatness fascinating.